AfroBasket, the last game of day 6 between Senegal and Cameroon. Here's what's happened today. Kenya winning over Mali, Cote d'Ivoire prevailing over Nigeria. So Cote d'Ivoire booking their place to the quarterfinals with that one, and Kenya advancing to the qualification to the quarterfinals. South Sudan also just beat Uganda in a thriller. Both of those teams will be playing in the qualification for the quarterfinals. Now for this game, when you look at the standings in this group, you've got Cameroon down at the bottom with just 1 participation point, and you've got Senegal with 4, and obviously with 2 wins, having already beaten South Sudan and Uganda. So we know Senegal are going to finish first. They will get a participation point for this, and they would also own the head-to-head tiebreakers over them. So I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Graham Hiscock. And Graham, what is the significance of this game? I suppose Cameroon, more than anything, has been a difficult summer, and they want to end it on a positive note.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Cameroon don't want to be going out as they get introduced with 2 performances where they just haven't been able to get into the game. Losing against Uganda, and then having to now come up against Senegal, who have been the powerhouse of this competition. But their leaders from the first game, players to look out for. Here's Jeremy Nzuli, as always, 9 points. He did have an issue with his knee, but he came back in. 17 points for DJ Strawberry, 5 assists as well, 2 from 8 from behind the arc. But they have had a disruptive preparation for the competition. Then some COVID issues, which prevented them from playing South Sudan. And now they have the chance to play their second game against Senegal. And they're going to want a positive, strong performance. They've got more players available tonight. They only had 9 available in game 1. A deeper roster this evening.
Well, the biggest difference is that Jedian Pitard, the point guard, is back, and that will be helping a lot. By also is there, as well as Ta Andela. So we are excited to have them. And for Senegal, we've talked about them being the best team, and I suppose perhaps if you had to pick somebody that's been the best team, it is definitely them, because they knocked off a couple of teams that we just watched play really well in South Sudan and Uganda. Are there better teams out there, better opposition? Probably. So they know that they're going to be getting into crunch time once they get to the quarterfinals.
Sure, you're right, and that's a good point you make with Gideon Pitard back. So they have got some firepower back, Cameroon. So Senegal have got to be careful. They've won big against Uganda and South Sudan. Their leaders, Branco Badio, the Barcelona and now Senegal star, and Gorgui Dieng are the 2 leaders at scoring. NDI coming in at 13 points. Branco Badio averaging 19.5 points a game. Ibrahim Afei, big athlete for Senegal, 8 rebounds a game. And Branco Badio leading the assists as well, 6.5 assists, along with Henry Pierre. So exciting, explosive team in Senegal.
So we're going to have a break for the national anthems of both teams.
And the Senegal national anthem, Les Lions Rouges.
There's Paco, the top Senegal fan. Thankfully not behind us tonight like he was the other night, but we still like him.
Yeah.
He's quite boisterous. Wonderful to hear those national anthems, and great to see those players lining up and singing for their country. And here we have Julio Cesar Anaya Frail, Amir Abulu, and Tarek Ban Taifa from Panama, Egypt, and Tunisia. And there, you know, so there has been some roster issues for Cameroon. Obviously, Zuli seemed to, I think he's just going to sit out tonight, as well as DJ Strawberry, just out of caution for Cameroon. But Lazare Adingono has some other players back, like Jedion Petard, Ta Andala, and also Baye. So, you know, it's is he shorthanded a little, but I think he might be better off than he was the other day. And for Boniface Ndong, he is not going to have Pap Deem tonight, who looks to be sitting out of caution. So he'll be one of the assistant coaches, Pap.
Yeah, well, Senegal are in the position where they've already qualified as group winners. They can rest players if they need to. And Cameroon, it's good that Jedion Petard is back in.
Also wonder about Pierre Henry.
Yeah, he was on.
Okay, so now DJ Strawberry appears to be warming up, so it looks like he is going to potentially play, but for some reason he wasn't standing out with his teammates during the national anthem. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, Henry, another key player for Senegal. Just playing great basketball. Just 4.5 points a game for Henry, but
so
6.5 assists.
For Cameroon, Jedion Petard, Franck Choubai, Williams Naras, Philippe Bai, I missed that other one, sorry. And it's going to be all of these guys on the bench. Betcom, Bellic, Comey, Strawberry. Zule's on the bench, but I don't think he's going to play. And we'll recap that starting five when they come out on the court for you. But there he is. He's been the coach of this Cameroon team numerous times, Lazare Adingono.
Yeah, it's not been the AfroBasket here his country wanted, but they've got to try and finish on some sort of high with some momentum, because further competitions to come. And as
for Senegal, you've got Branco Badio, Bamba Mo Diallo, Alga Njai, Bamba Diallo, Gorgui Jing, and Yuso Indoy.
Yeah, it's a tough group, tough starting five for Cameroon to deal with.
Five coming off the bench with Pierre Henry, Toure Indoor, both fives in fact, and Diop. So yeah, I'm curious to see how this one is going to go. You know, also something else that we haven't mentioned is ranking points are always up for grabs as well. So that's another incentive for Cameroon to come out and get the win tonight. I don't think that's why they would be thinking about right now, but that is something to take on board as you look at Boniface Ndong, who played at the AfroBasket, and now he is the coach at the AfroBasket.
He's overseeing a very talented group, averaging 98.5 points a game. They're shooting 37, nearly 38% for the three-point line, 54% from two-point range. 37, nearly 38% for the three-point line, 54% from two-point range.
So DJ Strawberry is indeed in the starting lineup. Jedion Petard and also Baye is in number 26 in that starting lineup, as well as, again, DJ Strawberry, Petard, Baye, Naras, and also the other guy who wasn't there last time, Ta Andala, number 34. And of course, Cameroon had to forfeit their first game due to the COVID protocol against South Sudan. So we are all, folks, welcome to Kigali, and here we are. It's Cameroon taking on Senegal in the AfroBasket. Attacking the basket to the left, and look at the difference of Baye going up and getting the dunk, and that's called playing for your country right there, sending out an early message.
Great play by Baye. Just elevating and throwing it down, and Senegal know they're in a game straight away.
I'll share something with you. The next dead ball here is Gorgui Dieng. Branco Badio. And Diallo comes out and buries the three-pointer for Senegal.
Yes, they're shooting 30% from three, and there was no hesitation with that shot.
Strawberry missing from deep. And now Badio, Branco Badio, takes the bump from Strawberry. So what I was going to say was, after the Côte d'Ivoire win over Nigeria, and in the press conference, Zazua, who was one of the star players, here's a look at this again from Baye, the dunk at the beginning. Zazua was talking about how when they played Cameroon, boy, that was a wake-up call for him. They are a tough physical team, and that, he is still talking about playing in that African qualifiers. And it was an adjustment getting used to the game over here, the international game, because he hails from Brockton, Massachusetts, played his college basketball in Nevada. But anyway, Naras comes out, hits a three.
Yeah, this is Cameroon basketball, showing the world that they belong here. And they're just putting the COVID protocol issues well behind them.
Njai. Here's the veteran Pitard. Getting Pitard whips it over to DJ Strawberry, who penetrates. He gets it back to Naras, who just hit a three, so he steps inside. And Diallo gets fouled as he goes up for the layup. Naras going for the swat.
Yeah, Naras was skying for the block, but just ended up landing on Diallo.
First one is good. So you look at the people on the bench over there. Pierre on Henry as well as one of them. Diallo makes the second. Senegal trying to go 3-0. You know, if they were to lose, that would perhaps take some of the wind out of their sails, and I don't think they want that.
It's a big game for them still.
Baye again going up. He is strong, isn't he?
Yeah, really come out.
You see his celebration. Shows his biceps. Enjoy. And three-point shot is good.
NDI just knocking the shot down. Wide open from the corner.
Okay, look at the start from Cameroon. So Uganda probably, and South Sudan probably fortunate they didn't have to face some of these guys.
Yeah.
Three-point shot is good. Great play from the right corner there.
And the rest with the three, just catch and shoot.
And Diallo loses it out of bounds.
And Cameroon looking strong early. They've spoken about it between games. As we see the three from Naras. Penetrate kick and just in the corner. Great spacing for that play to happen.
Good penetration from DJ Strawberry and getting to the line, and you feel for them, you know, because they prepared for this AfroBasket, and it's just the way things have been. Some difficult moments for Cameroon not to be able to play the first game and then to be shorthanded for the second game. I mean, it's just the way, it's just maybe a little asterisk will be beside this AfroBasket as you look down the road?
Yeah, for Cameroon, yeah, they.
Oh, for them, definitely.
Yeah, but with the win for South Sudan, that's why it was so big for them to get the win tonight on the court.
Well, they were partying like there was no tomorrow after that win. Badio pulls up for three. Good.
Well, Badio. Start, another wonderful young player. Just saw Deng for Sudan, and now Franco Badio delivers straight off the bat from behind the arc.
In the game, number 12 for Cameroon. Pass goes off the hands of Franco Badio. I find it difficult to really pick a winner for this tournament, just judging from the start of this one and having witnessed what we saw today. I think it's wide open. I think this AfroBasket might be as wide open as it's ever been.
And when we spoke pre-tournament, it was exactly that conversation, that there was going to be some upsets, which there has been, some wonderful games. And so who knows who's going to lift the trophy.
You know, watching Gorgui Dieng first bring the ball up the floor, then make that pass, just kind of reminds you how special he is. Just remains to be seen if Senegal can get it done this year. There is the three-pointer from Njai.
Njai just knocking it down again. Nice play by Senegal, finding him in the corner. That's 6 points, 2 or 3 from the field.
You know, we've seen defending champions Tunisia certainly haven't been at their best at this tournament. DJ Strawberry burying the three.
Just quick dribble to the right, pull up, nails it.
Nigeria lost today. They were winners in 2015, runners-up in 2017. Ball goes out.
But we've spoken about it before. We don't want to get too much into it. This isn't Nigeria's game, but they haven't got the continuity of say, a Cote d'Ivoire, that have the bulk of that group have played in the qualifiers, previous AfroBaskets, World Cups. They were, and you could really see that in the game today. Then you add Matt Costello to that group, and they are very dangerous.
They are. Cape Verde's dangerous, obviously, with the Almeida brothers, with Eddie Tavares. Their overall team, very interesting. There's the pump fake, and Gorgui Dieng is just so patient, so smart, so intelligent, and he will now go to the line. And Rwanda's going to be a tough nut to crack for whoever has to play them. You know, they've got possibilities. So I really do believe, you know, there's probably, what would you say, 4 or 5 teams that, well, 6, maybe even 7 teams that could possibly get to the podium.
Well, it'd be interesting to see what Angola does. You know, they had the dip and then they had the big win. Senegal will play the winner of Angola or Egypt in the qualification. So, but I like Gorgui Dieng. I've said it in commentary, he plays at his own pace. He's not going to rush. Great technique, a great technician.
He just seems to do the things that he's supposed to do. He makes hard things look easy.
Yeah.
And Noah misses. Senegal up by 3. Franco Badio down low. Ndoye turns in the lane and scores.
And with a nice turnaround in the middle of the key.
Kenneth Kaji.
Tried a few of those in the game, in the previous game, didn't come off for him. I think he was better right next to the hoop.
He could hit that shot in college, that's for sure, when he was at Miami. Watch the referee. Oh, the Egyptian referee taking a dive.
Sharp movement there. Got to stay focused all the time.
Oh, another 3 for Faye.
Wow.
Or Diallo, excuse me.
But Diallo just nailing the shot, nothing but net from the corner.
Oh, coming down Moa for the dunk, but maybe took off, or Naras took off a little too soon. Fai chasing, and now here's Mua crossing midcourt and throwing the ball into the hands of Fai, who then gets it up to Gorgie Jing, who doesn't miss.
Beautiful play.
Doesn't miss and gets a three-point play opportunity.
That's so clever. He's scored between two Cameroon players. Unfortunate for Cameroon on the transition, made the sideways pass, which gave Senegal a chance to get back and intercept. And then watch this, dribble, spin, and ticky-tack foul. Soft foul. If you're going to foul him, don't let him score. Just smooth, Gorgie Jing.
Well, quite a run now. Senegal leading 23-13.
I think this is a really good test for them, and Cameroon, being a stronger group now, is going to really push them. This is exactly what Senegal need to get them ready for the quarterfinals, which they've already qualified for automatically.
Yeah, they don't want to kind of just ease into the quarterfinals. Chubai in the game. Oh boy, self-inflicted pain for Cameroon. Diallo misses, much to the relief of Cameroon.
Yeah, it's was nowhere near on that three-point attempt.
It's his first miss. He hit his first two threes. DJ Strawberry. Two turnovers in a row, right?
Yeah, DJ Strawberry thought Kadji was just going to slide across to the right-hand side. And ended up with a over and back. And after a really explosive start with a Baye dunk, it's just eased off now for Cameroon at the moment.
Brewer in the game, chasing the basketball. Kadji. Senegal matching up now, and there you go. That's the Kenneth Kadji that we loved when he was with the Hurricanes.
Yeah, that was a quick release, just catch and shoot. Knocks down the three. Cameroon showing some fight now. They need to just, they're in the 2-3 zone. So they've got to just put the pressure on the Senegal players.
Traoré gets it out to Fai. He has it knocked away by Kadji. Now Betcom gets it to go.
Yeah.
Kind of an awkward finish, but he did it. Brewer chased by Chubai. It's all about defense for Cameroon. There's no doubt about it. Three-point shot, and it goes off the top of the rim, off top of the backboard, rather. So now a little run, especially with Gorgie Jing out of the game. It's the best time to make your move.
Wonderful rhythm of the band. The Senegal supporters. Yeah, it's a great backdrop here for this game.
Haven't seen them in action in Dakar. They might be the best. Here is a foul. So Betcom getting 3 free throws. Foul on Njai.
Again, coming along the baseline, so the defender is chasing. And if you chase too hard, you're going to commit the foul. Just got to have some control.
We've seen a lot of players, three-point shooters fouled, haven't we?
Yeah, well, the defense is so aggressive. They're going at such pace. And they've then got to just chop their step for the close out to try and slow themselves down and do it in control. But it's not always easy in the heat of the moment.
2 of 3 for Beckham, and the run for Cameroon continues. They've got it back to a 4-point deficit. And now the telegraph pass, 3-on-2 break. And Chubai fouled as he goes up, almost had a chance for a 3-point play. And
3-on-2.
I wonder if Sindog must be a little frustrated because his team built a lead. Set down a star, and now Cameroon have turned it around as you look at the replay. So timeout. 24-20, Senegal on top of Cameroon.
zone, we need to be organized. We have 3 bigs. Maurice, one more flash fee. If you get past Kamuga, Maurice, you face up. All right, and look for the pass. Legi, Ibufa, you play here. All right, play quick. X3. If you want to do Balbi. Maurice, even if they define you one-on-one, try to post him up, make him or at least bring the ball a little bit lower. Yeah, on X3. You have to dribble. They pick you up, right? So dribble almost because there's nobody here. Try almost like post him up, bring it a little bit low, so the guard come here, swing the ball, swing it. So we do it quick. But still strong with the ball.
Drive the gaps too, man.
Yeah, drive the gap. Yeah. Yeah, next one.
So I'm pleasantly surprised. I really am, because I think what this says about more than anything is Cameroon are playing for pride, and they want to show Africa what they're all about. They've come out and they've really played hard tonight. Zuli obviously not going to play, but missing him hasn't prevented them from coming out and really getting after their opponents tonight. Senegal, who is the team that everybody, so just think, if Cameroon are able to beat Senegal, they'll be able to tell, and then Senegal go on to win it all. Cameroon will be able to say, well, we beat Senegal, and if we'd been allowed to play, full strength in our other games, we would have, so it's just one of those things.
They would have been in the mix for the classification for the quarterfinal too.
Tour, and ball goes out.
Yeah, good D by Cameroon, just making it tough for Senegal. Pass wasn't really on there. I thought would go straight up with the left hand.
Well, stepping out of bounds, Kome.
Yeah, but he got all the way to the basket. This was a good effort, but he did touch the baseline.
Final seconds ticking off the clock here in the first quarter. Or the final minute, rather. Gorgie Jing back in, missing. And Gorgie Jing, look at that. Sneaks in there. So that'll be a new 24 for Cameroon. Andela fouled as he gets it down low. Here he is again. Trying to take advantage of the smaller defender, Phi.
Good play. Just goes to work in the post early, Andela.
Almost able to knock that off the rim. There does come a time when the ball's on the rim that you don't want to get too close. Oh boy, nice three. Because if you tap it in, it would be 2 points. And you can see that's what Dewar did. He didn't think he could get it, so he didn't go for the attempt. We're back to a 4-point lead. Kaj going up.
Gets blocked from behind there, big time block.
Patio just reminded everybody about his three-point shooting prowess. There's 5, that's off to the right, and that's how the quarter finishes. Well, Senegal leading it. Cash, look at this.
Wow.
Coming from behind to get the block was Fai. 27-23, Senegal on top of Cameroon at the end of 1.
There's the stats from the first quarter, 50% each from 2, 46% for Senegal from 3, 50% from 3 for Cameroon, 4 from 8 and 6 from 13. So Senegal getting a lot of threes up, 100% from the line, 5 from 5 and 5 from 9 for Cameroon. So Cameroon really started with some intent with the Bailly throwdown. Senegal just not set, and he just snuck in around the back and threw it down. Then the 3 from the Ras. Sylvie Jen just looking at him, and by the time he'd reacted, it was too late. And Badio. Just knocking down the 3, nice job from him there, and then another 3 from behind the arc. And DJ Strawberry, little dribble to the right, rhythm step, and perfect rotation, and nothing but net for DJ. And Senegal probably thinking early on in that quarter, you know, we need to get moving. You know that they are in a game. This is good job by Cameroon. Can they sustain it for the second quarter first? Let's see how they go till half time.
Well, it's interesting. 27 points is a lot of points to score for a team in the first quarter. Senegal did, but they gave up 23. Cameroon not known for their explosiveness on offense, and that's a lot of points for them. Jang has it knocked out of his hands by Chubai.
Good job by Cameroon. As soon as Jeng caught the ball, they were all round him, 3 defensive players, and Chubai knocked it loose.
Mandela guarding Jang, so he gets it out to Fai, and he hits the 3-pointer.
Ibrahim Fai, that's a beautiful 3.
He goes back to 7. Betcom. Mandela. Chubai. Gotta put it up. Kome gets it up just in time, but it was a bit rushed.
Samir Betcom, I think he's committed the offensive foul, going for the rebound.
So Branko Badio now brings it forward. Three-point shot is good from Senegal's number 6, Fai.
Yeah, Mamadou Fai just moving without the ball from low to high, lets it go on the wing.
And again, offense drying up for Cameroon, the Lions. And the Lions of Senegal, meanwhile, starting to roar a little bit louder as Fai flies in for the dunk.
Mamadou Fai downhill, no reaction from the defense, too static. And that's a great throwdown. Mamadou Faye hit the 3, then hit the 2. This is really nice. At the down screen, just great movement without the ball. And Senegal starting to motor.
Jordan, you stay right here. You're right here. You bring the ball up. Samir, you're right here. OK? Tu vas aller faire un écran sur Kenneth. You're dribbling here. Comment tu es ici de ce côté? You're trying to get the ball there. If not, Jordan, tu fais un écran en bas. Voici Samir qui vient pour voir le shoot. OK?
We can do this so I can play on the right block.
Come
You
here.
did it again.
5 different players for Senegal have hit 3-pointers. And look at this front 5.
Yeah, they just beat Cameroon down the floor and just took off with a Statue of Liberty type dunk. Showing my age there from the slam dunk competition all those years ago. Mr. Stansbury, I think it was.
So you're being quite creative there.
Okay.
So that was already done. Kenneth Kaji. You can see that whenever something doesn't go Corky Ching's way, he's so frustrated. He expects to play with perfection. He's just going to go out temporarily. With Senegal having reopened a 12-point lead. Strawberry.
Cameroon just throwing up the 3s. Yeah, just couldn't handle the pass. And it's a turnover. Cameroon ball. 12 down, Senegal's biggest lead. See what fight Cameroon have got.
Homemade. His pass intercepted by Branco Badio. And Branco Badio, terrific effort from him. Now the pass up to Kome. Passes out to Kaji. Kaji's got to hit that shot.
Just a touch flat out of his hands.
And Faye goes up. Gonna go back over to Cameroon.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, just couldn't get hold of it. It was a good pass. He was up there right by the hoop for the throwdown, but didn't happen.
Faye puts it up. It bucks out Diop, or Dur rather. Here's Zinjai. Down the corner, Faye. So the foul on Faye, and
so Senegal come up empty on that possession. Second foul on Faye, who's been very impressive.
so Shedi Pitard's going to come back. Wasn't more just many minutes as I would have anticipated, but Noir goes out. Also back in. Strawberry. quickly. Another three. Nope. Long rebound to Pitard. We've seen his dunk, and now we've seen his three-pointer.
Nice job by Cameroon there. Good ball movement, and Philip Bay knocks down the three.
Doer tries to answer. Again, a chance for the Lions in the Lions of Cameroon. Oh boy.
Yeah, good job.
That didn't count. But even if he's still trying to make that, he needs to make that in case he can get a three-point play. Ooh.
Yeah, a bit of a
hook there.
A bit of a hook possibly, but he went quick. Went quickly, drew the foul.
And the ball rattles out. Diallo over to Phi. And Jai now to Doer. It's in, banks it in.
Yeah, big time pro move. Big man move inside. Went left, spun back. In rhythm, and just a little jump hook off the glass.
Working his way down low, but turning it over. Ty and Dela. And Gallo cooling off a little bit, hitting the side of the backboard. And another sequence.
Yeah.
It's going to go to
tight
Cameroon.
areas, and they've changed it. The refs changed it. The referee from Panama.
DJ is going to have to launch it. He does. His shooting percentage is not good, is it? Only 1 of 4, and Senegal go to the other end and score easily.
Yeah, missed shots leads to transition into Gorgichen again, just grabs the ball, big, strong. Gorgichen doing his thing.
You're a poet, and you knew it. So, with this Jing basket, a 13-point lead for Senegal. Cameroon, their offensive struggles are, they've only had 3 points in this second quarter. Timeout.
Get what you want. On garde le ballon d'un côté. You set the screen, use it, it switches, move it one side. Now when you set the, tu fais l'écran, roule au panier. Right, but it's not the only time. I'm saying that ball has to move. Whether there's 5 seconds or 2 seconds, don't hold the ball for more than 5 seconds. Don't hold it. Because when you hold it, the defense gets stuck and waiting for you. All right? Next time down the court. Next time down the court, we run in transition. Run it one side or the other side. Let's go. Come on.
Go, team, come here.
Let's go. Come on.
There's
Well,
Jing.
Cameroon just 5 of 16 from deep, 8 of 19 for Senegal. Senegal also getting out on the break and scoring. And Cameroon just 5 of 9 at the line, 5 of 5 at the line for Senegal. It all adds up.
Big 4 minutes for Cameroon, and they get back on track. And you heard what Coach said, aimed at the DJ Strawberry, move the ball.
Teddy and Pittard for 3. Diop. And Pandela gets the rebound. Well, Naras bounce pass to Kaji. Pandela short. Kaji couldn't quite control it. Now Senegal up to Gorgui Dieng. You know, oh my gosh, that's a rare miss for him. But even then, Ndoye is there. And 2 free throws for Ndoye.
Just a bit casual by Dieng. Normally just go up and throw that down or just drop it over the top of the rim. And then Ndoye gets in behind and he can't quite make it either. Ndoye.
Very unusual to see Dieng not convert an opportunity like that. I think he was even laughing at it. He seems to have slowed down quite a bit.
I'll tell you, there's a lull.
After you watch South Sudan play against Uganda, that is like played at 100 miles per hour, up and down the floor.
Yeah. And Franco Badio, one of the highly talented young players in this competition.
Pittard to Baye. And the hold on Senegal. So any more and they'll be over the limit.
Just got to keep moving it around. That's nice passing to Baye, and he got the foul. Whatever it takes. Yeah, just put some pressure on the smaller player. He's got the size advantage. Use it.
Naras. Not for the second time tonight.
Yeah.
Cameroon have gone up for a dunk. And haven't been able to throw it down.
Gorgui Dieng just doing enough. Watch again, it's another hook.
Yeah, Naras twice getting away with the hooks.
Yeah,
it's an easy call.
Well, I'm surprised Senegal aren't contesting the call.
And the pass intercepted by Baye. Ooh, that was a dangerous pass. With Ndoye coming up. I didn't think he left his feet.
May have just.
It looked a bit awkward, but I didn't think so. So 15-point lead for Senegal. A promising start from Cameroon. Something in the past. Gorgui Dieng with the contact, able to make the throw to his teammate. Now Dieng gets off the floor, comes back out, and he's going to be frustrated with this. Look at him. He ends up getting, with the contact, goes down, then he gets up, goes and gets the rebound, which looked like it was a decent effort. Let's see if he comes over. Oh, no, I guess he did push a little bit.
Dieng's second foul.
So they're over the limit, and Baye has a chance to reduce the arrears. Isn't that what you Brits like to say? Reduce the arrears?
Reduce the arrears, you got it. Very impressive there, Jeff.
Well, the free throw struggles continue for Cameroon. He just makes 1 of 2.
Yeah, they've just got a 41-37, 14 points. Got to get some fresh legs in the game, maybe, for the next 2 minutes. Well, they've just got to step up the intensity, get some steals, disrupt what Senegal are trying to do, because at the moment it's just gone a little bit quiet.
Even with all the drums and everything behind us, and singing. Ndoye. Boy, Ty Andala almost nudged Ndoye out of bounds, and Senegal throw it out of bounds. Ndoye looking at the referee as if to say, he's pushing me out of bounds. I think I agree with him.
Yeah, it was very physical along that baseline, and then the pass was intended for the player cutting to the basket, and he stayed in the corner. So
here's Navas. Oh, good hands by Senegal. Oh, easy, big boy. We bring him a 5 running in our direction. We don't want him messing up our table. Pitard explodes. Gets it to Ty Andala. Good.
Yeah, Ty Andala didn't play in their first game, but that's a good contribution there. Short baseline jump shot.
Now the reach around Ty Andala. So, chance to get it back to 10 points. Strawberry doesn't want to hold on to it too much, or he might hear from his coach. Nadas goes up, and a chance now for a couple of free throws to get the deficit back to 10 points.
Yeah, good play in the end. They reversed the ball and straight into Naras, who turns and is fouled by Branco Badio. Yusu and Ndoye in close attendance, so let's knock the 2 shots down and maybe put some pressure on defensively. It just depends how Cameroon want to approach this, and it's one thing putting on full court pressure like some of the countries we've seen in this tournament, but it's having the personnel on the floor to do that. There you go.
Got us. Nice job.
Back to 10.
Badio steps into it, and even a little run at the end of the first half is interrupted by the brilliance of Branco Badio.
He elevates so high, perfect control, concentration, release. 3 points.
Pitard for 3.
And the little run that they had going has been thwarted, the Branco Badio 3, and then the offensive foul, and Senegal in control. Cameroon in the zone.
Badio again. This will hurt if it goes. Is he a machine? Am I mistaken? Is he a robot? Because he is shooting at a phenomenal clip. He hasn't missed.
It's AfroBasket 21 on.
It's
on
AfroBasket. He's 4-4 from the arc.
Yeah.
And he came in shooting at a phenomenal clip.
Yeah. That's the issue with going to the zone sometimes.
And just when we thought we might have a closer game at halftime, Branco Badio showed up at the party.
Yeah, 2 big threes from Branco Badio. Then a little bit of a trap out of the zone at the end of that quarter as well.
Well, at halftime, it's Branco Badio and Senegal 47, Cameroon 31. Okay, so we're not at halftime yet. We seem to have 1 second left, so that's plenty of time for Branco Badio to get another 3. Does he want to ruin it? Nope, he's going to put it up. He didn't want to ruin that perfect shooting percentage. Risk it anyway, so that's it. Branco Badio is a very, very bad boy on the opposition at the AfroBasket. There he is. Low fives, high fives, all the way around. Senegal lead it 47-31. At halftime.
Here's some of the stats. Senegal 5 of 8 from 2, 10 of 23 from 3. That's 43%. 100% from the line. Great effort. 7 of 7, 62%. 8 of 13 for Cameroon. Yeah, 5 of 18 from 3 and 4 of 12 from 2. Rebounds 20-16 in favour of Senegal. Assists 10 each. 10 turnovers 10 each. So they're even Steven on the assist to turnover ratio.
So Badio with 12s.
Go on, Jeff.
Diallo 8. Jing with 7. And Bahe and Naras each with 8 points. Ty and Dela 4 for Cameroon. Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin your party there. Just nudged in. The Badio show, it's his world. We're all living in it. Graham, this is what sort of I feared. I was pleasantly surprised by the first quarter when Cameroon came out. They came back. You know, they got a good play there from the start from Bae. They played with some fire, overcame a pretty big deficit there at the first to make it a game, 27-23 at the end of the first quarter. And then, as often happens with Cameroon, their offensive struggles can't allow them to keep pace with the opposition, no matter who it is, among the elite teams. And Senegal is certainly one of the elite teams, and they have subsequently opened up a 16-point lead with several players killing them from three-point range.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. They're averaging 98.5 points a game, which is just off the charts. They got to over 100 in their previous game, and DJ Strawberry had some success from behind the arc. That was a nice move. But this was mainly early doors when Senegal were just feeling their way into the game. Good block there as well from behind. Ibrahim Afai, just Ibrahim Afai with a big block from behind, and then he can do that, just knock down the three as well. Multi-talented Senegalese players. And they attack and throw down. That's a beautiful play from Mamadou Faye. He's very impressive. And
they're winning this without Pierre Henry as well.
Yeah, which is really scary because, again, he comes in the game. Great defender and another potent offensive weapon. Jorgi again makes that one, missed a little soft layup like that.
So anyway, at halftime it's 47-31, Senegal on top of Cameroon. We'll be right back.
Swat by Keita. Chauvotois goes up, and that's good. Here we go again, Kazanetsi. Oh, the follow from Prince Ibe.
They switched off there, Cape Verde. Prince Ibe saying, hey, don't forget about me. With the big time moves around the hoop. He just gets after it, no box out.
That's pass back, Josh read it. He gets it out to Wegscheider.
Not in this house, says Kanuni. That is great.
Gonzalez takes it away. Oh, and he dunked it. And he looks at him.
Wow! He knew he was there, Jeff. Just waited for him and then crushed it through the hoop. Big time slam for Gonçalves.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
There's Branco Badio, 12 points, 4 of 4 from the field, 4 of 4 from 3, and he is a cool customer. 22 years old, playing at Barcelona, and he has treated us in every game to some top play. The winner of this game is next stage for Senegal is going to be playing the winner of Egypt or Angola. They know they've won the group with the 2 wins they have already. Cameroon, unfortunately, with no participation point in the first game, as we look at the Cameroon leaders, 8 points for Bailly, 4 for rebounds for Tharandella and 3 assists for Pitard. No participation point, then the loss versus Uganda. It has been tough. And now they are 16 points behind versus Senegal, who appear to be in control, and thanks to Badio, who very timely threes at the end of the second quarter. Just been difficult for Cameroon from the start of this competition and the preparation, but Jeff, they still need, as we look at the Senegal supporters behind us, they are still singing, whistling, drumming. Gorgui Dieng is getting stretched out. He's having his ankle stretched earlier, and that is great flexion there. Good job by the physio. So important to keep these guys stretched and activated and ready to go. So Senegal win the group, Cameroon will finish bottom, and Uganda finish third, and South Sudan in this group finished second after the wonderful game we saw prior to this one. We're looking forward to a good second half. Hopefully Cameroon can find something to get them going, get them back in this game. As we see the coach for Cameroon. There's Adi Ngono. So yeah, Dieng's been being worked on the pretty much for 5-6 minutes on the sideline. Would be interesting to see how much playing time he gets in this second half with the current situation for Senegal, being that they have qualified. They are going straight to the quarterfinals as group winners.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second half.
Let's listen in.
So start calling, make sure you walk your guy, read it, how he defends you. If he doesn't defend you right, just shoot. If he defends you, start being contact with him. Okay, you wanna dribble handoff, quick. Alga, you're gonna bang, like backdoor and right here on the elbow. All right, so G, go here, try to get a leg, okay? After that, read what they're gonna have and then we play, okay? Hey, free zone to start, if they do. Put G in the middle, make sure G touch the ball, and then shoot us on the corner.
You know, Graham, watching the warm-ups before the second half, I wanted to walk over and see Branco Badio.
Yeah.
Just look at him shoot threes. He just doesn't miss. Even like, he just came out, it was like he was under the basket shooting layups. I mean, he was automatic.
Yeah. Well, that's how these great three-point shooters look at that shot. Now it is as good as a layup. That's why they keep penetrating and kick, because why get 2 when you can get 3? But he is as calm as you like. What I really like, Jeff, is it's only taken him 12 minutes to get 12 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. 3 turnovers, though, but I think the first few minutes of the game, they were a little bit sloppy, Senegal. Now they're back to the Senegal we know.
So second half action underway, and Strawberry scores with the first 2. Yeah, Branco Badio was 6 of 11 coming into this game. And today he's been perfect from deep, 4-4. So he's 10 of 15 so far. Now, good read from Gédéon Pitard.
Strawberry gambling a little bit, trying to get a steal, but ended up committing a foul.
Yeah, Badio, the pace of the pass just helped Badio out there. Diallo, chased by Strawberry, crosses him over. He steps out.
Jang brings ring, and the box out, Ta Andala. And who are they going to call this on, Ndoye or Ta Andala? Looks like it's going to be on Andala.
Yeah, it's good. Just Ndoye being a pest underneath, going for the offensive rebound, putting pressure on the Cameroon defense.
Slick pass. Baye trying to guard Jang. Turns, shoots, another rebound. Even when he gets stopped, it's tough to stop him.
That's great core strength, because again, he just goes through that move almost in slow motion, creates a bit of space, and knocks it down.
He is, and when you show the slow-mo replay, it's even slower.
He's like, oh.
Good rebound by Tom Andala. Tom. Where does Tom? When did they come up with Tom in the United Kingdom as a word for thank you?
Just a shortened version of a more relaxed way of saying thank you.
I wonder who came up with that. Here we go. Badio on the baseline. First miss of the day. It's not like him. Naras.
Good tee by
Tries to take it all the way. Knocked away. Badio hands it off to Ndoye, and he's fouled.
Yeah, nice move by Branco Badio again, just changes his pace. Almost glides through the court. And Ndoye was surrounded by Cameroon defense, and foul call. Now Cameroon have got to stick together here, Jeff. They don't want this to get ugly.
Well, they've cut it back to 14 points, the deficit. Thing is, they made that run late in the first half to get it back to 10, only for BB, Branco Badio.
Bad boy Branco Badio.
Yeah, BB. Bad boy Branco Badio.
That really hurt
to take over.
Wow.
And then you have to deal with that. Enjoy.
That's just fantastic. Just cutting hard to that corner. The amount of three-pointers that are made in the corner. Not just standstill threes on the move. That's another one from Alga Njai.
Well, they're now 11 of 25. Seems like their percentage is better than that, but they have had 5 players hit threes.
A nice high-low pass between Tar and Baye.
Naras faked, throwing it between Gorgui Jing's legs, nutmegging him. He wasn't playing around. Baye and Gorgui Jing beats him up. You know what's interesting? We haven't really spoken about this. You know, we've spoken about so many different things as Diallo hits another three. It's a first for South Sudan. It's the 60th anniversary of FIBA Africa. The first for Liz Mills, is a woman coaching a national team as she has with Kenya, getting into the qualification for the quarterfinals. But the first that means the most for Gorgui Jing is the first AfroBasket title. And maybe that's why he's doing this. Gorgui Jing! He wants the national team title.
Absolutely, and why not? And this is a group of players that have been put together with that in mind, I think, and Gorgui Jing is just cruising his way through the game, and then occasionally he will just take off and do this. Watch out, no one. He just leaks out, and he's not laying that one up. That's a big throwdown for the Senegal star player.
Somebody's gonna be back, especially you, Gedeon. Okay? Now let's run it. Let's run it. All right, here we go. We get Kenneth right here. You get Naras right here. You get Jordan right here. That's what we got, okay? Now, you have you right here. DJ, you right there, okay? So we're going 1, 2, 3, okay? That's what we're doing. And then, you have Naras over here in the middle, right? Et après, on ferme ici à l'intérieur, Naras, tu vas là. Okay? So he's going this way, Peter. Il a ici et puis il va mettre rapidement là-bas. Ça doit être vite. OK? On va voir ce layup là. Si on n'a pas de layup, et il n'y a pas de passe là, you got him coming up. We good? Allez, come on, come on.
Well,
Allez, execute.
so nice hearing him speak French to his players. Such a beautiful language, France. I understand some words, but not all of them.
Yeah, that's it. I'm going to... Yeah.
But
they're in trouble. They're in trouble.
Coming into this game, Branco Badio was averaging plus 27 efficiency, and Gorgui Dieng was second for Senegal at plus 19, which is, but you feel like Dieng could have even been higher if he'd wanted to.
Yeah, maybe he's saving his best for the knockout stage.
Ndoye flushes it.
Beautiful layoff by Badio. His timing on his passes, in transition especially, perfect. And Ndoye does the rest. Throwing it down.
Strawberry.
You're right about Dieng. I just think he plays in the flow of the offense. He doesn't want to be taking over games, or just does what he has to do.
And Strawberry keeps putting up the threes. He's 1 of 7. I think he hit his first, and he hasn't hit one since. Naras. Oh, that's a goaltend. The goal interference already off the glass.
Yeah, that will count for Naras.
So here it is again. So appreciate the beauty of poetry in motion. Branco Badio.
Yeah. Behind the back and then row down time.
Which part would you like to do out of that? Would you like to go behind the back on the break, or would you like to throw it down?
There's no basketball.
Okay, let's listen to Coach Boniface.
There's a long time you didn't do it anymore, so let's stay with it.
If I'm here, I'm a passer. If I'm inside, I go to work.
Yes.
But if I'm here,
Yes. Go and get the ball, yeah. Don't lie, attack it. Hey, we go double touch. All right? Double touch for Bamba. If it's not good, you flip it. You go. Quick spin and roll. Yes. Put it through. Hey, let's go, guys. No. Energy.
back to your roots.
See the numbers, the shooting numbers, and you know you're up 22 points. You know you're going to win and go straight to the quarterfinals. But what you want is to be striving for perfection, and that's why you're playing as hard as this with 15 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and they've got a deep roster. Everyone's played. Everyone's got on the floor, so they want to keep playing in the right way. Show they are the best team here.
Badio again. Is there anything he can't do?
I thought he was going to flush that, and we had a wonderful view as he took off, but he just laid it up on the other side. Branco Badio.
BB. And nice play.
Yeah, I like Kaji. He's got some game. Just gets his head down and finishes close to the basket there. Quick release.
Ooh, traveling on Branco Badio.
First time he sort of...
Look at this from Branco Badio. And look at...
Yeah.
And I think Gono just doesn't know how to stop. The problem that he's got is there's just too many weapons in the Senegal team on offense.
Sure.
Aye, short.
Yeah, been impressed with Bamba Diallo as well. He's made some big plays. Mamadou Faye has hit the dunk, made the dunk, hit some threes. We can go on. Ndoye's an enforcer. Papa Malik Dean isn't even playing, and you like him, and we think he's a great asset for this team. We can, Henry Pierre is top quality as well.
There may be no weaknesses in this team as Ndoye shakes the rim.
goodness me.
They've got a bit of everything. Look out. If you're Cameroon, look away. That's just tough. Again, falls into his hands. Kaji can't affect the shot. He's the biggest player Cameroon have, and he just can't react quick enough.
And they've called the technical.
First time. I think they've warned all the other players.
Yeah.
And of course, they couldn't warn Eddie quick enough on game night 1. Eddie! Oh no.
There's an hour and a half lost sleep that we'll never get back.
Yeah, oh gosh, yeah. But the switch around between hoop number 1 and hoop number 2 was impressive.
It was. Elbow down the corner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now Jang getting a look at his dribbling ability. Oh.
Now, is it defensive or charge? 2 shots.
Yeah, 2 shots. Well, it's kind of interesting how he got in there and then went down, fell back. Watch this.
Yeah.
This is Jang.
Yeah,
you don't often see him fall back like that.
I think he may have. I wonder if he slipped or it was just the impact.
Look at Badio's reaction. I've never seen that happen to Gorgie Jang.
Well,
I remember when he played at Louisville, there were some hilarious interactions that he had, Gorgie Jang with Greg Pitino. Hilarious.
Oh, of course, Pitino was.
Yeah. Back in the day.
Yeah. So how far would Jang have got in the NCAA tournaments for Louisville? Did they go deep in?
They won it 1 year.
They did win. That was that time with Pitino they won it.
Yep, it was. I think it was since removed for different violations, but
yeah,
they still won it.
But that group, that's fantastic.
Betcom drives in, banks it in. Here's Jang from the arc. Just call me Gorgie. I'm probably the best player at this tournament, but I'm going to prove it now the rest of the way. Jang.
Yeah, it's got that slow release, but you can't get out to it. You've got a little bit of fade on it as well.
Kaji over to Chubai. I mean, he's always said that he wanted to play whenever he could for Senegal. Gorgie Jang, nice one from Dura. You know, and he wasn't at the last World Cup, I believe, but he just couldn't. He couldn't make it, and they're happy that when he is there. It's a shame we didn't get to see him at the Olympic qualifying tournament. But then I think if he had played there, he might not have been able to come here. So at least we're getting to see him here. See him SWAT team, Gorgie Jang. Living dangerously. You're not going to do that on Gorgie Jang. 2 free throws coming. Look at that, SWAT.
Yeah, good play. Great timing. But still ends up with by at the line. Of course, he started the game with a thunderous dunk, and he tried to do the same there.
It's the competitor in him. Gorgie Jang doesn't want Cameroon to have a dunk like that. And there is a sense of humor from Gorgie Jang. He was sharing a laugh with Chubai. I think basically asking him, am I going to have to box you out, or are you just going to let me get this? And Dewar on the sideline, turn around. Good follow, and guess what? Gorgie Jang scores another 2 points.
He's working out now.
What's that, 19 or 17? I think it's 17.
Yeah, 17 points, 10 rebounds.
Double-double.
2 assists, no turnovers, 1 steal, 3 blocks. and he's just eases his way around the court, Jeff, which is so impressive.
Some people have got it. He's worked at it, though.
Oh, and yeah, to play like he does, that's hours of work.
Five back to Traoré. Don't hang on the rim.
Uba Touré gets into the action. Nice pass by Ibrahim Afai. Like that. Sees his teammate 2-on-1. Good execution.
You're right. I called him Traoré. It's Touré. And apologies to big number 12.
SWAT team. Yeah. But Jing again doesn't want the ball to go through the hoop. He just bats it away.
Good. That didn't make it. And Doer looking for the foul. He's not going to get it. 28-point lead.
Yeah, good game time now for to get all the roster involved. Just going to 10 guys tonight.
Five. Gets it down low. So no success for him there, not us. Touré. Andala. And Doer looked at him with disdain after he knocked it away. Five. And again down to Touré. Gets the basketball. Five from the arc.
That Ibrahim Afai is so impressive, so long. He causes issues for the opposition under the hoop, and then he just drains the three.
And well, it's not going to go down, but nevertheless, it wouldn't have counted. So Senegal marching imperiously towards a third victory. Still got 40 seconds to go in the third quarter, but this lead is getting bigger and bigger, 76-45. Tough night at the office again for Cameroon.
Ibrahim Afai, 6'10", 2'9", plays AS Monaco, just 24 years old. They've got some youth here. 28 years old for Henry Pierre, he's not even playing. Youssou N'Doye 30, Djougi Den 31.
Average age 26.
Yes. And of course Badio go right to the top to 0. 22 years old, Branko Badio.
Believe me, he's no zero.
No way. Purely the number on his back.
And the ball goes out of bounds.
Good job by Narais. He's knocked it loose. They're frustrated. We know it's been a tough AfroBasket for them.
Stepping back, and the three doesn't drop. Ordinarily, they would wait for one shot, but they try to get it up, and now Senegal come back. And I think Kome has drawn the wrath of his coach, Adingono.
Yeah.
Careful, you don't want to hit the Egyptian referee by accident. And Naras with the stare down. I mean, with Adingono with the stare down.
Just 4.5 minutes for Kome today, and Touré with the putback. They're all over the glass.
I mean, we're seeing a lot from players that don't play that much that make you think, wow,
Okay, so my comments about who's going to win the tournament, now after watching this, my money is now on Senegal, but we'll see. That could change, obviously, if they lose. 78-46. Senegal on top of Cameroon after 3 quarters.
And the crowd continue to dance and sing, and Senegal march on. 61% from 2, 45% from 3. And when you're shooting 31 threes and making 45% of them, that's pretty good. And a very high free throw percentage as well at 88.89. That's 8 out of 9.
There's just so many highlights.
Yeah. Jeng,
we'll start with the Gorgui Dieng show.
Yeah, just hooks it back. Throws it down. He's like the silent assassin. Doesn't say much. Gets on with it.
This is that great play where he goes behind the back.
Yeah.
And then as he gets into the paint, he shares the basketball to one of the hard workers in that team.
Yeah. Yeah, and you reward the big man. He has hustled up the floor. Badio being the good guard. He is. Shares it. He just throws it down. You wouldn't know they're 30-35 up. That is ferocious dunk.
Is this the one that got him the technical?
Maybe. Well, he didn't hold on for it that long.
No, I don't think so. Look at Gorgui Dieng having a good laugh. I mean, I'd be laughing as well. Double-double.
17 points, 10 rebounds.
Watch this. Here we go.
Yeah,
Gorgui Dieng. Yes, he is. He enjoys a good chuckle, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Chuckleberry, or what's that show called? Chuckle Town?
Chuckle Brothers.
Chuckle. He's Gorgui Dieng is one of the Chuckle Brothers.
You got it.
Chuckling. I can tell you, he must be laughing a lot inside because he usually isn't on the outside.
Yeah. Well, it's been a.
He always carries like a serious look, but sometimes he just can't contain himself. He has to laugh. He chuckles.
Here we go. 3 on 1, 3 on 2.
Up, and oh boy, wonderful finish by Njai.
Njai looking good. Quick, that's how you run a 3 on 2 break. Anyone? Any coaches, players watching?
I don't know, I just have a hard time accepting that Senegal are, 34 points better than Cameroon with 9 minutes remaining. It's incredible. I mean, they are just, and then on top of that, I can't get over what Boniface Sendon said before. He's like, yeah, we have a young team. We're just trying to get some experience.
Yeah, I think he was just keeping the pressure, diverting the pressure off his players.
I think that's a question that you should ask him in the press conference tonight. Were you just using smoke and mirrors when you were like playing down the chances of Senegal?
Well, these coaches are psychologists.
Uh-oh, here he goes again. BBBB! Branco Badio, the bad boy.
Well, if he's one of the young players that is just bringing here to get experience, the other teams have got a lot of trouble, and we know that already because he is a polished article. Great play from Branco Badio.
Oh, look at Dour blocked that ball. I mean, you've got quality players like Toure and Dour coming off the bench that, ordinarily would be playing a lot more minutes. But gosh, there's a lot of good talent in this Senegal team.
Yeah.
Fai as well.
Yeah, Diallo's looked really good. Badio ends up on the floor. And the thing about this team, I mean...
Watch this. Is this a foul?
Well, he's trying to go over the top of the screen. The defender has gone over the defender's gone over the top, which he's entitled to do, to fight over the top. I think that's about right, that call.
There you go, 3-pointer from Betcom.
Nice job. better. Betcom. Fantastic three. That's exactly what they need. You've got to somehow have a positive fourth quarter.
Phi.
Yeah, he's tough. 6'10", quick, good technique.
Kome gets blocked by Toure. Ta Endala will try his luck. Nope, he's going to give it out to Mua. And now Dewar on the break. Uh-oh, Branco Badio. It's unusual to see him miss like that.
But you watch his footwork, he's just great, Branco Badio, in transition. Just catches the ball, lands perfectly. Just didn't quite make the shot, but very impressive, the full package.
So Kigali hosting the AfroBasket. So many storylines. And we got two of them here. Cameroon getting off on the wrong foot with that forfeit because of the unfortunate COVID protocol, and then falling in the next one. So we really haven't seen the best of them. We thought we might see some really good Cameroon tonight, but it's just been a struggle against a great team. And the other storyline, or one of the storylines, is this Senegal team. They look like this is going to be their tournament at this stage.
Good attack by Branco Badio again, makes the left hand flip pass across the lane. And
what if Cheikh Sarr and Rwanda somehow end up playing his former national team, Senegal? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? In front of this packed house.
That would be one of the greats. It'd just be a great sporting event. And, you know, Rwanda had a dip in their last game against Cape Verde and then somehow dragged it all the way back.
Yep. Goes down.
Yeah.
Kome gets the pass. Three-point shot, Betcom, and that time unsuccessful.
That would be a great matchup, though, Rwanda versus Senegal.
So turning in there and scoring, Toure.
Yeah, looks organised, looks strong.
Kome. So the foul puts Kome on the line. Yeah, I don't know. I think it could be an interesting game if Rwanda were to face Senegal at some point. And that little subplot story of Cheikh Sarr being the coach of Rwanda.
As Come's at the line, just looking at the previous AfroBaskets that Cameroon have been at, and they're pretty much, they are always there, and this is why it's so frustrating again for them this season. They just haven't been able to, this year, they haven't been able to put their best foot forward with all the issues off the court, as well as short-handed against Uganda and coming up against a powerhouse in Senegal. Well, they've just called off the last couple of possessions, Senegal.
Well, they have. Betcom. A bit out of control, perhaps, as he attacked. Now 5 back outside. I don't know. I think, you know, you've got also Cape Verde with Eddie Tavares and the way they play. I don't know. I mean, could that be a potential hiccup for Senegal if they were to meet Cape Verde?
Sure, they're slightly they're a little bit up and down. So great first game against Angola, dipped in their loss in the second game, and then played great against Rwanda.
If they got the best that Cape Verde had to offer, they don't mind running. Here's the attempt from Phi.
Just Ivan Almeida just needs to be consistent. We know he's not 100%, but if he can just have a big off, he's going to need a big offensive night, a big all-round game in the next game.
And the dunk from the flying Diop.
Mustafa Diop, that was electric fast break basketball. Hurtling down the right-hand lane, Mustafa Diop.
Fine knocks it away. Seems like Senegal are now playing at a faster speed. And Fai scoring. It's almost as if Boniface Sindong has like turned the knob up a little bit on the bench.
Yeah.
With 4:33 remaining, I think Gono calls timeout because his team is really getting blown out now.
Yeah. Well, we know Cameroon are struggling, but Fai is one of their key players. The other four are guys that come off the bench. They all look comfortable in the system. They're confident. And that's nice. Very unselfish by Ibrahim Afai. And that's a highlight play. One of many tonight for Senegal.
Make your easy layups, easy shots. We get them, we just got to make it. All right? Now, defensively, I told you already, si on shoot rapidement, ou si on va faire une action infantile, ils vont en transition, ils courent, ils mettent les ballons tranquilles. Par contre, quand on organise l'attaque, on bouge d'un côté à l'autre, on peut avoir un bon shoot et on a l'occasion de replier tranquillement, nous placer en défense. Hein? Come on now. Hey, we go run the elbow. Elbow.
Team Caber.
Run elbow. Let's go, elbow.
Just looking at some of the comparisons, 41-30 in rebounds. Both teams with 10 offensive rebounds. 22-14 points for turnover Senegal. 28-6 fast break points Senegal. And 27-22 points from the bench. 36-18 points in the paint.
Chubai. Torre with the rebound. Fai. Again, Fai. Quick pass down low. Look at him hustle. Wow. Precision passing.
I like Ibrahim Afai being like the point forward.
And you know that you're playing well when you see that from your coach, Boniface Sindong. That type of reaction.
Yeah.
Because usually it seems like a coach is usually looking for something to pick out that needs to be worked on.
Yeah. Well, I think sometimes the coach has got to accept, look, the guys are playing well. They're playing well off each other. They're playing great on D. The guys are coming off the bench ready to go, fitting into the system. No one seems to hog the ball. The ball moves. It's got energy. It's yeah, I'd be happy coaching this team at the moment. Jeff, what about you?
Yeah, I'd be happy coaching. DJ Strawberry.
Now for Strawberry at 36, Jeff, what are we looking at for him, for Cameroon going forward? Are we thinking he's...
No, I have no idea. I don't know what his plans are and their plans are. I guess they'll have a debrief after this is all over.
Yeah. I think, yeah, they're going to be frustrated tonight. They need to...
Just don't make any decisions tonight.
No.
Kaj turns.
Nice job by Kaj.
So 3.5 minutes to go. And the only question now is, will Senegal get to 100?
Tell you what, I like Touré in the post.
Yeah.
He's given Coach Indong something to think about. Well, we can throw these players in now. And he's going to be comfortable with it. Because as the tournament gets further along, the level will go up even higher. Oh, good Eurostep, but couldn't get it to go.
So Naras and Cameroon just trying to make the scoreline look a little more respectable here. Hey, with the jump shot.
Nice jump shot from the top.
Boubadour Carl de Rouen in France, 25 years of age. Actually born on New Year's Eve. That would have spoiled the party. Maybe that would have been a big celebration.
No,
yeah,
no,
double celebration.
Hold on. Guy, jeexaleel match bi. Nañ continue jouer strong. All right? Pour suñu bopp, pas pour score bi, pas pour ñeneen. All right? Foresight pour Ibu. Première chose, jàppal nga xaar bu Bilbao dem. Bilbao su baaxul, après nga door a jouer un contre un. Donc na gaaw. Ok, yow bal bi pousse rek, door ko Bilbao. Su fekkee ne jëluñu full court, tegal bal bi ci suuf. All right? Kii yow yaay génne ballon bi. Yow nga jox ko rek daw. Comprendre? Déedéet, kii moo koy génnee. Yow ngay recevoir. Delloo ko daw do écran pour Ibu. Yow nga écran pour Baba. Soo ko jàppee Ibu, rapidement Bilbao.
Senegal in complete control, 91-57. And they continue with the same five.
Just total domination.
Yeah, with whoever's on the floor.
Diallo. Naras.
Yeah, just never elevated on the weak side.
Oh! And Diop showing us his hops again.
The stuff at Diop, he took off from miles out. And just got the dunk over the rim, but my gosh, what a play.
Naras. Boy, Torre really gets up there, doesn't he?
He's another big player for this team. When required, that is. Which is the scary thing.
Here's Strawberry. Old school layup.
Yeah. Right foot, left foot, finish. Senegal missed the last couple.
Good chance for Naras.
Yeah, beautiful move.
Euro step, wasn't it?
Euro step, left-hand finish off the, well, whichever foot it was. We'll see on the replay, I'm sure. But
look at this.
That is over Kenneth Kadji. I mean, my gosh.
Where does he take off? He hits the runway outside the keyway, obviously. Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Cocks it back. I mean,
actually, Kadji was...
Yeah. I think if Kadji hadn't blocked it, that would have been a full-on flush.
We always respect our rules.
Or semi-blocked it.
Always.
Let's listen in.
Hands up. Go for the long pass. Attack and let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
Did you hear that? Bonifat Sandal, we always respect the rules. No layups. No easy layups.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty good rule to have on defense. And they've got the players to carry it out as well. And they've restricted Cameroon to 21 of 67 for the field, 15-34 from 2 Cameroon, 6 of 33 from beyond the arc, 13-20 from the line.
And fine, just rubbing salt in the wound here, 96-61. They do have a chance to get to 100. Yeah, not that they're trying for that, they're just trying to execute. If they get there, so be it. Gédéon Pitard, and all the instructions of his coach. What? We always follow the rules. No layups.
A little bit frustrating with the three being short. Great D from Ibrahim Afai, following up his three-point shot.
Kadji brought down by Diallo.
And no easy passes into the post, no layups.
Look at Faye talking to Pitard.
Yeah, he has
Is
a
that
little
like
word.
a good-natured ribbon, or do they have like a...
Yeah, no. I think he's telling him what he's just done to him. It's interesting, they've left Ibrahim Afai out with this group. I guess he's just like the glue.
Well, no, I mean, you know, he hasn't been starting, and he's probably not even the third guy off the bench, is he?
13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists.
I mean, he always has
steals,
good
3
numbers,
blocks. Yeah,
but he certainly didn't seem to me. He was on the edge of the rotation.
yeah. Well, he's...
Whereas during the qualifiers, obviously, he played a lot of big minutes. And the ball goes off the hands of Diop.
Yeah. You've talked bounce pass before. I'd have liked a bounce pass would have been an easier pass to catch there. And maybe a strong finish for another Senegalese bucket, but it didn't quite happen.
Strawberry.
Here we go.
Diop again.
He's very impressive all the way to the hoop.
Baye, and fouling the number 26 of Cameroon. So 98-66, a little bit better looking score line than losing 150, but
yeah, Philip Jordan by one of the bright moments for Cameroon. Nice left-hand finish. He started the game with a big dunk, and he's still there at the end.
Are they going for 100? Nope, they're just going to stop. Is that one of the rules? Nope, they're going to play. Oh. Was he even playing for the ball there? Could that have been?
I don't think he was. I don't think he was. If the game wasn't maybe at this situation, he would have got a unsportsmanlike. So they got one foul to give now, Cameroon, but maybe will they try for it?
I certainly don't think Cameroon want them to have 100, so they're going to stop. They're going to call off the dog, so to speak. So a good old-fashioned whooping tonight delivered by Senegal, Cameroon, 98-65. Senegal march into the quarterfinals. Cameroon, that's their final game. Talk us through these stats.
Yeah, it's 67% for 2. That's 23 at 2 of 33. 15 of 40 from three-point range. 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Really impressive, 82%. Cameroon had their struggles tonight. 11 more rebounds for Senegal. 1 more assist, 1 less turnover. 16 turnovers is a great effort when you've got 20 assists. There's the top scorers: Dieng, 17, Badio, 16, 5, 13, Bailly, Naras, Kadji, 14, 12, and 11. And the Senegal supporters now showing their appreciation to the team as they walk past and give them congratulations. Unbeaten.
It's going to take a lot to beat them, I think, Senegal. But you know what? On any given day, to me, the factor that nobody has gotten to grips with is Dieng, but you can take him out, but then if you commit too many resources to doing that, somebody else is perhaps going to beat you, like this guy.
They got too many points of attack. They make too many good decisions, like this one on the break. Just simple, fundamental basketball. But some guys in the heat of the moment just can't think that clearly. Badio's got that skill, so's Dieng, because Dieng plays at his own He plays at his own pace. He doesn't chase the game. He lets the game come to him. Enjoy it.
They were fired up. They didn't want to come out and lose, and maybe that start by Cameroon at the beginning kind of fired them up, you know. And there's always the possibility there's some trash talk going on out there that we didn't, we weren't privy to.
Yeah, you don't want to be waking up. They were slightly off the pace to start, but you don't want to be waking them up and winding them up to get going. And they certainly have, and they just kept pushing in the second half as well. Badio with a nice protection of the ball there. His third quarter, 31-15. They just won the final quarter, 20-19. But look at the outstretched arm on the reverse layup. Real nice job by Branco Badio, and then Bouba Touré.
I guess in terms of Tavares and Jing, he could neutralize him.
Yeah.
But there are just so many weapons.
Yeah, but I think Tavares will probably be kept busy by the likes of Faye, as we see a huge dunk. So it's almost who's going to match up with who. That's the issue.
You got Prince eBay.
Yeah, eBay will.
For Rwanda.
Yeah.
Would he match up with Gorgui Jing?
Possibly, but I think he would maybe go against the bigs, the guys that play inside. If he takes on Jeng will maybe bring him out, bring him outside and get him out of his comfort zone.
He has, yeah, that's the advantage. So really, I mean, you know, tonight for Senegal, we didn't see anything, and that we didn't like, really.
It's all good. It's all positive. Guys coming off the bench looking really impressive, playing in the system.
So Group D finishes Senegal 3-0, South Sudan 2-1, Uganda 1-2, and Cameroon 0-3. A disappointing AfroBasket for them, but they had a lot of other issues off the court they were dealing with as well that were out of their control. So goodbye to them, and let's move on to the qualification for the quarterfinals. Thanks for watching, everybody.